We are here today with Shakespeare. This is Shakespeare's ghost, and he's going to help me with one of my reports for school. I'm a college student going to UVM, and I truly do appreciate you sitting with me here today. I was just wondering, are you okay, Shakespeare? Okay. I was just wondering what your youngest memory in life is, if you can remember back that far.
Well, when I was a boy, I think the earliest thing I remember is, back in, I can't really remember the year, but I remember I was going to my schooling in Stratford-upon-Avon at some school, and I was just a young little chap, and there was this teacher I had, I can't remember her name, I think it was Mrs. Pencil, and, I was just her favorite student. I just sit there all day, just drawing. I wasn't really drawing anything, no, she thought it was great. I was just pondering life, and she thought she loved me. I loved her. It was kind of sick, but I liked it.
Good job, Shakespeare. You're really good in school. You're my best student.
Now, Shakespeare, I would like to talk about the bubonic plague, if you wouldn't mind. I heard that it might have taken your son Hamnet from you and your wife Anne. I was wondering if you'd like to extend on that for me, and if the sayings are really true or not.
Well, Hamnet was taken away, that's true. Passed away. Yeah, she didn't die, but it did have an effect on her in our marriage. Hamnet was a core between us, and he left, and then our bond, it kind of broke. It's tough when you lose a son or a daughter. Children you can't replace. Hamnet was everything to me. And our marriage wasn't the same afterwards.
Of course not.
I don't know necessarily what you're inferring to, but
Well, I know many marriages that have fallen apart after losing a child. It's very hard, you know. It's hard on both.
exactly. That's all I really have to say about the matter. I love my Hamlet.
Was he very close to you?
Yes, he was my son after all. Hamlet, Father, you're everything to me. Please don't go.
Okay. Another topic that I'd like to discuss is the conspiracies on whether you had, on your faithfulness to your wife. Were you faithful, Shakespeare? I mean, I know many marriages have fallen apart, like I said, after losing a child. And I can understand if it was hard for you to keep faithful after being away from your wife.
Well, it was after Hamlet died, as we talked about, and it was tough to cope. At first, I tried to be faithful, but sometimes faithfulness is easier said than done. I met this woman, and at the time I just needed a shoulder, you know. And she couldn't really be supportive because she was falling apart too. So I had a lover, I guess, as you youngins call it nowadays. I don't like to talk about these times. This woman at the theater who was well, she respected my work, and I liked her for that. And she was nice, but sometimes she wasn't as supportive and not good for my ego. Anyway, one day, my wife, Annie, as I called her, she found us, and I didn't know, I didn't see it coming. But anyway, that kind of ruined our marriage.
My love!
Shakespeare.
My love.
Shakespeare, I missed you so much.
It's so great to see you.
I missed you so much, Shakespeare, so much.
Ellen!
Who is this?
This isn't what you think!
it? You harlot.
Well, that's really all I'd like to say about that.
Okay. Now about your plays. What would you say is the most productive, well-remembered play?
Well, I'd have to say that they were all a good time, and they were nice, and everyone liked them. But the one that seemed to have the most effect on everyone was Romeo and Juliet. And it was this nice play about two star-crossed lovers who died, and I liked it.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
No, that is not right! This is what you shall be like! Romeo! Romeo! Where art thou? Romeo?
Now, Shakespeare, I was wondering if you remembered how you died. Or, yeah, how you died, I guess.
Well, I was older then, not the young chap I was when I was making my plays and whatnot. I was about 60s or so, I don't really remember, late 50s, early 60s, something around there. After a while, time just doesn't matter. And I just got very sick. Age and sickness does that to you. I just died, I guess.
Were you sick for a while? Or?
Well, yes, I was.
I'm sorry. Was it painful, or did you just fade away?
I guess I just faded away.
Well, Shakespeare, I would really like to thank you for doing this for me and for participating in this. It will be a big help for me with my project. And it was very thoughtful of you to help us. So, thank you. Thank you.
So young.